Hi everyone, Kendra Hewitt here from Innate Wellness Center in Beverly in North Andover, Massachusetts, coming to you live with what I call my Fab Four for healthier kids. So obviously it's back to school, and packing snacks is always a big question we get from a lot of the parents of the kids that come in here and they want to give them healthier options. So step number one, I always tell parents, is get involved and allow them to be involved in the process. So if that means taking them to the grocery store and allowing them to shop the perimeter, pick one fruit, one veggie, and something that they will enjoy. The more you involve them, the more empowered they will become. The other thing that they can do, if you don't want to bring them to the grocery store, especially if they're younger, you can involve them with having them place something on your shopping list. And then the other thing that I find is getting them involved in the packing process. So the more power you give them to make decisions, the more involved they will become. I love to use containers that are compartmentalized for packing. So that might be involved, getting them involved in the packing part of the process. I also suggest that step number two of the Fab Four would be to give them some ownership of either a shelf or a cabinet in your kitchen, maybe even go as far as to label it. So that they always know where they can find their healthier options. The healthier options you give them, the more you will be able to give them the power for them to choose healthy options over on less healthy ones. So then I'm going to teach you, the final step is going to be starting to know their preferences. So does your child prefer saltier snacks over sweet snacks, or a combination of both? I find if you know that, you can start to hit more of a home run with giving them options. And I'm going to talk about, once you know that, they're salt or they're sweet, I would give them what I call their 3 to thrive. So when I look at packing a snack, these are going to be portable snacks that they can take with them anywhere. I look for 3 things. The 3 to thrive consists of protein, fat, and fiber. So I want to lead with protein, follow up with fat, and then finish with fiber. So I'm going to give you an example of a savory. So if your child really likes the saltier type snacks or the fattier type snacks, personally like I do, here's my recommendation to start with protein. Is going to be hard-boiled eggs. I like to take the yolk out because I was never a fan of those. And or if they can do dairy, the mini Baby Bell cheeses. You can get these at almost any grocery store, or just a cheese stick. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be these ones, but those are my protein sources. And my third favorite protein for a savory snack is going to be Deli Meat. So I like the Applegate Farms, as least chemical as possible and processed as possible. I love to stick my healthy fat in the middle of the deli meat. So I will take a slice of avocado, roll it up, and that gives me my protein and my fat. Also too, if you use the eggs and or the cheese, you get a little bit of fat and protein combined. And that's going to bring us to our fiber. So ideally, I want fiber from veggies, fiber that's going to fill them up and give them some nutrients, not fiber and carbohydrate in the form of that's going to be sugar that's going to turn like pouring gasoline into fire, in the form of cakes, cookies, and packaged snacks with a lot of stuff we don't want to be giving our kids. So that's going to be my 3 go-to options are going to be carrot sticks because they're easy, cucumbers, I love a cucumber, I love the crunch of them, and then or cherry tomatoes, and I love to give them a dip option here as well. My go-tos are going to be hummus, any flavor they would like, and or a cashew pesto that I get at Trader Joe's. The other thing I love at Trader Joe's is they have a kale and yogurt dip that's really, really good for the dipping of the veggies. Second snack we're going to go over is what I call the sweet snack, and I'm going to give you 2 options here because they're 2 of my go-tos that work really well. Unsweetened applesauce, and I like to mix a little vanilla protein powder in, warm it up, and pour a little cinnamon or hot apples on top. That's one of my favorite. It's like a healthier apple crisp. Second option is for my protein and my fat combined. If your child can do peanut butter, we're going to do peanut butter and or sunflower seed butter. You could do a cashew butter, whatever, a nut and seed butter of your choice, topped on a popcorn or rice cake. And I like to get the plain ones and let the peanut butter and or the seed butter be the flavor, because the flavors a lot of times have a lot of chemicals in them that I don't really want to be putting in my child so much. And then the third final one is a combination of both. So I'm going to lead off here with some protein in the form of yogurt. This is Siggy's brand. It's my favorite. You could also do any type of Greek yogurt. You just want to watch the sugar and get plain, because I'd rather see you add your own sugar to it in the form of fruit so that you get your fiber. Second thing for here is we lead with our protein. We're going to follow up with our fat. That's going to be your pumpkin seeds or any type of nut that your child enjoys, as long as they tolerate them, obviously. And then finally, I'm going to top it off with some organic berries and or a piece of fruit if I don't like my berry in my yogurt, because some people do not like that. So that's how we are going to build healthier snacks. Reminder, the 3 to thrive is going to be lead with protein, follow up with fat, and finish with fiber. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful. If you'd like to share it with your friend, please do. And as always, you can find us at Innate Wellness Center, which is IN8, the number 8, WC.com. That's our website. You can find information for both our locations, as well as a discounted rate if you'd like to come see us one-on-one in our office. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.